I'm going to do right now, we're going to go over why your Google account is probably getting banned. The number one trick to avoid bans, understanding what links you between accounts and what makes them ban you again and again when you try to make new accounts, how to avoid that. And then I'm going to go over step by step the solution. So watch this whole video to the end to watch my unlimited Google Ad account system that I've perfected over the last several years of trial and error and having so many problems with Google Ad accounts and being banned and having it affect my business. So the first reason you might be banned is because of suspicious payment reasons. This is often because you may be trying to add a card that's in someone else's name compared with the Google profile that you're using for the ad account. Or it could be that you're adding a card from a different country in a different country. So right now I'm in Colombia. If I try and add a card from the United Kingdom to a Google account while I'm in Colombia, it's very likely going to be instantly disabled for suspicious payment reason. Reason number two is circumventing policy. What this is kind of like the most irritating bullshit policy that I've ever seen of any ad account system. It basically means if you've already been banned and you try and create a new ad account to advertise a similar business or the same business or a similar business with slightly different content, they're basically going to ban you for trying to circumvent their policies, their systems, and trying to get back on the ad platform after you've already been banned. The third one is content policy. If you're getting hit with a content policy and that's why you're being disabled, the best solution for that is simply to stop doing stupid shit and to run a clean business. So this video is not for you if you're trying to circumvent Google's policies, run black hat offers. I used to try and do that stuff in the past when I was younger, and what I learned over the years is that's simply a terrible way of doing business, trying to constantly get an account live just for a short period of time and then, it gets disabled and you got to create more accounts. This is for you if, your ad accounts have been disabled, or you're having some issues getting offers live and you need to get them online for the long term. So next up, you want to understand what links you. Okay, so let's say you've been banned and you try and create a new Google Ad account, banned again. And let's say you then get a new credit card and you're like, okay, I'm going to make a new Google Ad account. I'll use my friend's account. We're going to add this new credit card, and it's still banned and you can't figure out why. So this is what links you. Number one is your IP address. If you're using the same IP address to create new accounts, even if they're aged profiles or anything, that will link you and they will ban you for having the same IP address as the banned account. Not 100% of the time, but it does happen. Number two, credit card information. The obvious one. Once your credit card, debit card has been banned on one Google Ad account, you cannot use it again on another Google Ad account. If you've already added it to 5 accounts to start with and one gets banned, doesn't mean the other 4 will get banned. But once it has been banned, you can no longer use that on any new ad accounts. Number 3 is the address on the account, and this also goes into the kind of company information and information of address and so forth. So you want to try and use a different address as much as you can and a different company name. If you use the exact same company name and address, that is a linking you to your previous account. Next up, we have domains, right? So once your domain has been banned on one Google Ad account, that domain is done. You can no longer launch any ads to anything on that domain again. I know it sucks, but the solution is very simple. You're going to create a new domain that's very similar, using similar kind of content to get it live again. Next up is the content on the domain. Once your ad account's been disabled, the content on the page, if you just change the domain, it can still get flagged for circumventing policy. Google can recognize that you have the exact same content as the previous person who was banned. So the solution for that, of course, is creating new content that is at least slightly different. So that is what links you. You cannot use the same IP, you cannot use the same credit card. You should try to change the address, definitely the company name on the account. You must change your domain and you must change the content. So now that's out the way, here is the solution. So number one, I'm gonna go over and actually show you this step by step really quickly. You first of all want to buy a IP address, okay? You want to use what's called a proxy. What I like to use for this is called Proxy Cheap. You can go over to proxy-cheap.com. All you got to do is top up, then you click on proxies, and you're going to click order new proxy. I like to use these ones, static residential. They're $3.50 a month. You click choose, you're going to go and click this is important. You want to use the country or wherever your payment method is from. So if you're British, using a British payment method, you want to use a British proxy. For the most part, everyone watching this is from the United States. So we're going to click United States. Here you can choose any of these. AT&T is fine. HTTP. You want to use username and password. Quantity 1 for now, and we're going to click buy. So now this is pending. It's actually going to take a couple of minutes to actually make the proxy live. While that's working, we can go on to the next step, which is buy aged Gmails, which is the OK option, or ask friends for theirs, which is the best option. So when you're trying to get back online with your offer after being banned, the best thing you can do is use a friend's or someone who works for you, their aged Gmail accounts to create the Google ad accounts. If you use new ones, they're much more likely to be banned. So basically, you want to ask your friends or your employees for their Gmails to use for this. Friends, family, start there, move to your employees, virtual assistants. The other option is to buy aged Gmails. You can simply search buy aged Gmails, USA, phone verified. You want to do that. There's a bunch of them. Gmail accounts for sale, buy verified account. You'll find that they cost really very little money. They're super cheap, $15, 3 accounts. Some of them are like $1 per account. Many different services, like 5 for $5. Buy some accounts like that, or get them from your friends or family, which is much better, right? So next up, make sure IP matches the Gmail and payment method, right? So like I said, ideally you have let's say you have a US IP address, proxy you just bought. You want to use a US Gmail account that has always been used in the USA and is logged in only from the USA. Next up is the payment method. That must also match the IP address. So you want to use a US credit card or debit card. So next up, we have step number 4, Ads Power Browser. So this is the big secret here. This is amazing, this tool. I have it open right here. Ads Power. Just go ahead on Google and search Ads Power Browser. There is a weird Chinese website, but I trust you, it's completely fine. So once you're on here, what this is going to allow you to do is manage multiple different IP addresses and ad accounts from one platform, okay? So how you do this is you click new profile. I'll call it, Google Ads 1. And we're going to put, for example, leave this all the same. This stays the same. Proxy setting, we're going to want to put proxy, and we're going to choose HTTP, which is the one that we bought from Proxy Cheap, right? Now we're going to refresh Proxy Cheap. We can see it's now active. If you click into this, you're now going to be able to scroll down, and we're going to grab this information. See this? Proxy IP port, okay? I'm going to grab this, go into Ads Power, paste that in there. It's automatically going to take it like that. And we want the username and the password. So the username's here. And the password is here. Okay, that's all looking good. Account platform, Gmail, and that is it. I just click OK. And now this profile is going to be added here. So you can actually test the proxy. I didn't do that, but it should be working fine. You just have to click open. Okay, so we can see it's all green here. The proxy has worked, and this is showing our new IP address, which is in the United States of America in New York, and it opens up the Gmail automatically. So here's where you're going to want to log in to your Gmail and access your Google ad account. This is where you access it. You can manage unlimited profiles and Google ad accounts using the Ads Power browser. You simply buy a new IP address, Gmail per ad account, and you click new profile and you add them in like that. So you just click open and it shows up in a perfect browser. You're going to be logged in from the right IP address in America every single time. Next up, what I want to go over, ideally use different company info and address each time. So they don't check the address is matching the payment method usually. We have used the same address as long as the credit card was different, and we have used the same address, and we just put like a slightly different company name or name every time to make it a little bit different so we don't cause any link. Number 6, 100% must be brand new card information, right? So when you go to set up the first ad inside the Ads Power browser in your aged account, what you want to do is make sure you're using a brand new credit card. This is very, very, very important. So I recommend a couple of services for this. Ordering new physical cards is best. So using Amex or whatever your business banking is, ordering new cards, canceling your cards, getting new ones, that is the number one best way, because sometimes they don't accept virtual cards. But what I have found is Mercury. You can go to mercury.com. This online banking solution, their card will work Google ad accounts, create unlimited cards for unlimited ad accounts. That is the very, very important step there. Do not skip over this. All of these steps are really important to consider. Next up, launch a warm, super safe ad with different content. So the first ad you launch is very, very important. I actually haven't really, I need to add something else here. It's actually fine. Yeah, it's fine. Launch a warm-up ad. So whatever you've had banned, you want to buy a new domain. It can be similar sounding domain, doesn't really matter as long as it's a new domain. Ideally, you buy domains in advance and you let them age if you're doing this on a big scale and you want to open up dozens of ad accounts. When launching your money page, so your main page you want to have live on the Google ad account, you want to have new domain content. So you have your new domain, you take whatever content was working on your previous account that got disabled and you want to rewrite it. You want to change up the design a tiny bit. You want to make it a little bit different. Obviously you want to make it convert and be very similar, but make it as different as you possibly can. Now, once that's all done, you should be able to safely launch your new domain, your new page, your new ad account with new payment method, new IP address using the Ads Power browser. And doing this, you should be able to have unlimited ad accounts, get over restriction. So best of luck to you in your endeavors, creating these new ad accounts, running smoothly on Google. Please like, comment if you found this video helpful. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more high-level media buying and e-commerce tutorials.